2 months after the hotly contested general election, ODM leader Raila Odinga is slowly making a comeback into the public space. Just what could be up with his sleeve? His impromptu visits to politically strategic areas this past week has put into sharp focus Odinga's plans, with political players left guessing the endgame. Tonight, NTV's Ibrahim Karanja interrogates Odinga's moves and sentiments and what it could possibly mean for the country's political discourse.
In surprise Meet the People tours since losing the presidential poll to William Ruto, Raila Odinga has chosen the rising cost of living as well as unfulfilled promises to the hustlers as his main points of focus, even as he takes the Ruto administration head-on. Odinga, still not acknowledging Ruto's win both at the polls and in the corridors of justice as deserved, has this week alone made impromptu yet politically significant visits to various areas of Nairobi. First, a Bunge la Mwananchi forum at the Jivanjii Gardens in Nairobi, then roadside meetings with the people in Ruaraka and Mathare constituencies.
Wiki hii bei ya mafuta itapanda tena. Wiki hii bei ya mafuta itapanda tena. Nuna pale ambayo wao wataenda sasa.
That is a vintage Raila Odinga. He's in his element as a street fighter.
The Baba of Jivanjii Garden, now the Baba of Ruaraka, and walking around the streets is the Baba that people knew a few years before until he got absorbed into the system and the status quo. So, is he having an agenda? Maybe not. Is he reincarnating himself? Is he going back to his roots? Maybe yes.
Pundits believe that the sudden character Odinga is crafting is to endear him back to the masses after his dalliance with the former regime under Uhuru Kenyatta. The ODM leader also readying himself to critique Ruto at any slightest indication of inability to fulfill campaign promises.
Raila Odinga has got to claim his space. He has got to get back into that area where he is in his element when he's at his most ambitious, successful, and that is with the ordinary people.
What the opposition needs to do is to organize itself in such a way that they can actually have an agenda on their side that then meets with the challenges that this government on this side might face. That is the only way then we can begin to see a useful tension. But what I think is happening is very good for the country. There is need for useful tension between the current regime and the people outside government.
Elections may be 5 years away, but the need to speak to issues, to police mark the Ruto government, and to find fault with it remains. If he does not come out to speak out, somebody else will emerge and occupy that space, because power abhors vacuums.
With simmering cracks within Odinga's Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition over leadership in parliament, Odinga's company during his Meet the People tour, which comprised of ODM members of parliament, is also of keen interest according to pundits.
Perhaps requiring to worry even more would be the other people who are in Azimio. Because if you look at what happened there in 2017, at the start of 2018, after the defeat, the thing that was called NASA started existing only in name.
Also, for the first time since the presidential petition at the Supreme Court, Odinga has hosted a foreign envoy by hosting India's new High Commissioner to Kenya, Namgia Khampa. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV.